If you love the thrill of racing but hate the risks, then buckle up. Everything Simulated is here to merge adrenaline with absolute safety. In a world where technology meets adrenaline, Everything Simulated is revolutionizing driver training with state-of-the-art simulators. From truck training to the thrill of motorsports, our simulators offer the most realistic experiences across all automotive applications. Gone are the days of endless bookwork and basic drills. Now it's all about hands-on, pulse-pounding action that prepares you for the real deal. Whether you're maneuvering a heavy mining vehicle or racing a high-speed car, our simulators, equipped with cutting-edge technology from leaders like SimRigs and TrackRacer, bring every nuance of the drive to life. And talk about making a mark. We're not just building simulators, we're fostering talent. From grassroots motorsports to professional series like the Aussie Outlaw GT3, sponsored by us, Everything Simulated is fueling dreams and careers. Ready to feel the excitement of the racetrack under your fingertips? Connect with us, and let's build your next simulator adventure together. Remember, we support those who support us. Join the Everything Simulated family, and let's race towards the future.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome back to round 8 of the Doogie Mobile and Everything Simulated OzOval V8 Supercar Series. Once again, brought to you by Inside Lane Productions and Quasi Esports. Kobe Jordan behind the scenes on the cameras, and joining me once again in the booth is James Watson. How you going, James?
Oh, going all right. Looking forward to tonight's race, especially with it being one of the more longer races on the schedule. I'm gonna be really interested to see how everyone strategizes with this race and deals with the much longer distance on a much longer track than what we've been running the past couple weeks.
Well, we are at Pocono Speedway tonight, and we'll bring up those track stats for us for the race. So, Pocono Speedway, one of the little bit different circuits, one of my favourites. They dub it the Tricky Triangle, so 2.5 mile length. Not a super speedway because of the shape of it, but we'll be going 100 laps around the triangle tonight, and 60% fuel with 4 sets of tyres. So it'll be interesting to see how everyone goes tonight. There's a few more turns tonight than what everyone's been used to. It'll be interesting to see how that tyre wear does go. But, we'll go through a recap from last week, and that was at Kansas Speedway. We saw the speedy Troy Davidson come out the victor for that race, and he was followed by teammate Cade Donnelly for a Simboys 1-2 finish. And Chris Bleakley finished in third with another podium. So Chris Bleakley racking up those podiums week after week. But we'll bring up the top 10 standings and just have...
Craig Roffey still leading
with a 260.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Paul is having mic issues. So here are the series point standings. You got Craig Roffey still leading the championship at 260 points, followed by Chris Bleakley, Cade Donnelly, Gary Wellman, and Scott McClintock in rounding out the top 5. Then Nicholas Welsh, Andy Barber, Todd Maxfield, Adam Malone, and Tony Roffey down in the bottom of the top 10.
Alrighty, should be back, so we'll see how that goes. Just had a mic drop out there. Sorry about that. Thank you, James, taking over.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, we are into qualifying, so 5 minutes qualifying session and 1 lap. So a couple of new drivers I spotted coming into the series now. So Adam Ariel, not new to the series, but hasn't had a race start, I think, yet. And Braden Sagasser. Hopefully I get that right, Braden. Apologies if I don't, but welcome along as well. Be interesting to see how they shake things up. We've just got Adam Ariel on screen at the moment, out for his qualifying lap. We'll stick on board with Adam for a moment, and we'll see where he puts that car for qualifying. See that front left side of that car lifting up a fair way there as well, James.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It really shows how kind of soft you have to make the right side suspension here at Pocono. The track is largely flat compared to the banking at a lot of the other tracks that are on the OzOval schedule. Got 3 completely different corners you have to set up for, and that's what always makes this track so difficult. That's why it's dubbed the Tricky Triangle, because you have 3 completely different corner types that you have to worry about. You got the almost completely flat banking of up here coming into turn 3 that is the base off of the Milwaukee Mile. And then I believe that, if I remember correctly, I believe the tumble turn is based off of Indianapolis, and I believe turn 1 is Trenton, which is a unfortunately long defunct oval. So trying to come up with a set that works for all three is not easy, and has all the crew chiefs in real life pulling out their hair.
Well, it comes down to that, but also the driver and attacking that corner differently, each corner. So, you know, 1 and 2, you can sort of lift off and just sort of roll through, maybe a little bit of brake there. But turn 2, you come in, you need a bit more brake with that tunnel turn, as you mentioned. So currently we got Adam Malone sitting at the top of qualifying with Andy Barber just in behind him. Both teammates there, and Braden in third there. So newcomer Braden having a strong qualifying run tonight. And we might have to keep an eye on him as the evening goes.
Yeah, that's a heck of a debut so far.
A couple more guys there still to set some qualifying times. So Chris Bleakley there on screen at the moment. We'll see where he can put that car. And it's a 12th spot for Chris. So he's going to be midfield. He'll have a little bit of work to do tonight.
Yeah, that's not the qualifying effort we would have expected from him. I think we all would have figured him at least in the top 5. So that's going to be fun watching him cut through the field.
Well, we'll come back in just a moment with our starting grid, but we'll be right back after a quick ad break.
You've got what it takes.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready for countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
Man, this is some of the greatest stuff I've ever heard. Ooh.
These go to 11.
Alrighty, welcome back everyone at home, tuning in tonight for round 8 of the Doogie Mobile and Everything Simulated OzOval V8 Supercar Series. Results are in, and Adam Malone is taking pole position tonight at Pocono. Alongside Adam will be Craig Roffey on the starting front row. Andy Barber and Kate Donnelly on row 2. Braden Sagasser and Scott McClintock on row 3. Adam Ariel and Perry Anastakis on row 4. Carl Wilkinson Withy and Troy Davidson on row 5.
And starting in 11th, we have Todd Maxfeld and Chris Bleakley, as we mentioned, start in P12. Row 7 features Shannon Wright in the 023 and Tony Roffey in the 85. Peter Madsen in the 173 and Ryan Barber here on row 8. Nicholas Walsh in the 222 car and Gary Wellman in the 45. Row 10 features Troy Mortensen and Steve Hoppett.
Alrighty, Alrighty, well, the drivers are leaving pit lane now, and got quite a long pace lap for this one. 2.5 miles to get round and warm up those tyres before we go green. Should be a good race. I'm not banking on any cautions tonight. Last week we were caution free, so I think we should get away tonight with caution free, but you never know.
Yeah, I feel like this will also go caution free because it's a lot longer race, so you really have to pace yourself a lot more. And because this track is so big, there's so many opportunities to save fuel that there's not really much reason or incentive for a lot of the guys that are starting kind of midfield on back to really push it. Basically, the name of the game is just fuel save as much as you can, try to stretch it out for the first few stops, and try to make that final stop as quick as possible and having to take as little fuel as possible.
Well, it is a long track, so they will be going through a fair bit of fuel there tonight. A few little gaps towards the back, but everyone's going to bunch up. And pace truck will be coming off. We are coming to the green, and we are away. Adam Malone getting a nice little jump there. Craig Roffey going with him. Chris Bleakley already looking for a move up the inside on Andy Barber. Coming to turn one. Looks like he's going to just slot back in there. Craig Roffey slotting in behind, in front of Andy Barber there. Wow, that's going to throw us off tonight. That's actually Braden in the orange and purple car. So Chris Bleakley's got a teammate finally on track. So had been running with the Rogue boys.
Oh man,
we're going three wide into turn three. So it's all happening already on lap one.
Yeah, I think we all. Yeah. Wow, that got awful close there on 3. Yeah, I think we all expected a lot of 3 wide and fanning out entering turn 1, because that always seems to be how it goes here at Pocono. Like, that's such an iconic shot, is when you're looking down at turn 1, no matter what's racing here, if it's even whether it's NASCAR or IndyCar, you're always going to see a lot of guys fanning out and trying to make it 3, 4, 5, heck, you could even get 6 wide if you were feeling really psychotic. But seeing 3 wide in turn 3, that's not as common of a sight, especially here in lap 1 here coming to start lap 3. So already a nice bit of excitement to start off.
Yeah, for sure. I know I've had a few turn 1 and turn 2 dives, and you can get those 3 wides there, possibly even 4 wide down the start straight there into turn 1, but sometimes something's got to give there and have to surrender that position, or if you got the big cojones, you're going to stick it out, but that's when that caution might come out.
Yeah, because usually the thing that has to give is the safer barrier from 1 to 2 to 3 cars piling in it at the exit of turn 1.
Well, everything's smooth sailing so far. Adam Malone just having a little bit of a blink moment there coming out of the corner, but Craig Roffey there. I believe Craig had taken the lead for a brief moment as well, but Adam back in front. It's going to be a long race tonight, and we'll try and bring everything we can to you through the race. And good evening to you, Sarah Jesberg, in the chat as well. Thank you for tuning in, Sarah. Just further back in the field there. Sorry, James. Further back in the field there now. So I believe that's Chris Bleakley there with Ryan Barber on screen at the moment.
Yeah, I know we were talking about wanting to see how fast Chris gets through the field, but it's kind of the opposite right now. He's actually lost a spot in P13 here and has a kind of a decent gap to the pack up ahead. But I say a lot as we see a pass for second and a pass for the lead now.
There's a big push there from Craig Roffey on Adam Malone down there, but Andy Barber looking to lead a lap of this race. I'm sure Adam's just going to let Andy slot up in front there. He'll get a lap led, get his bonus points. Cade Donnelly coming through as well. As the race goes and comes to an end, we're going to see that start-finish line get real wide as drivers want to try and break that toe a little bit. And I know in the past they've used all sort of 5 lanes down there. Much like a bit of Indy, they try and swerve and try and do anything they can to break that toe.
Yeah, given everything I've seen, we're probably going to see a whole lot of snaking on this racetrack as we get to the... Oh! A little bit of Sim Boys on Sim Boys violence right there.
I think that might have been...
Oh, there's more! Oh my goodness!
That is Troy Davidson and 16 Todd Maxfield. So yeah, you were right. Bit of Sim Boys action there. Let's go to a replay on that. Ooh.
Wow.
Wow. Not what teammates want only 7 laps into the big 100 at Pocono.
Yeah, I don't know if Troy was trying to kind of tuck back in and maybe try to look to the inside and just turned in a little too early, but to be a fly on the wall in the Sim Boys voice chat.
Yeah, it would be interesting. A lot of damage on the front of that car for Troy. So Troy coming off a win last week and not what he's wanting the start of this round, but he'll get into pit lane. He'll get some of that fixed up. Hopefully won't cause him too much damage on speed. And
yeah, how about that? You 1 week you're winning the race, the next week you're missing your front bumper on lap 7. Isn't that racing though? Going from the penthouse to the outhouse before you even know what happens.
Yep, well, pretty much everyone coming through pit lane. Looks like Steve Hoppett and just have a quick squiz up the track, and looks like Adam Ariel are staying out. So big jumps there for Adam and Steve Hoppett, but under caution. Wouldn't have been a bad thing to pit, get a bit of top up on the fuel, and but these guys obviously want a bit of track position. We'll let everyone do their thing. get back out on track and let these yellow flag laps go. And we'll go to a quick ad break and then we will come back.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Can't recall.
Alrighty, we are back, and that's our first caution for the night at Pocono. Round 8 of the Doogie Mobile and Everything Simulated OzOval V8 Supercar Series on Inside Lane Productions and Quasi Esports. Welcome back, James. And you just had a question there, so we might even throw this over to the chat anyway. See if anyone can give us an answer on that. The V8 Supercars in pit lane, if they're only doing a fuel stop, do the jacks come out and lift that car up, or does it just fuel and run? No dump and run?
Yeah, dumb American trying to understand a little better, because when everyone came down, I saw they all lifted up, and it seemed strange to me to take tires at this point in the race. So that's what made me wonder if they go up regardless of if you're taking tires. And obviously, in real-life supercars, you're not really having a fuel-only stop for the most part, so that's something you would see every day. But what you do see every day is 3 wide into turn 1 at Pocono.
Well, green flag. Steve Hoppert led us away this time round. 3 wide, as you mentioned. Annie Barber back to the front of this race. Craig Roffey on the outside there, getting a nice little run. Looks like we're going 3 wide once again into turn 2. We are scattering, and we're going to be coming 3 wide into turn 3 as well. So,
oh no! Oh, they mostly. Oh nope, there's the wreck. Oh man.
And
this is a big one.
That is a big one. We're gonna have to go to replay to catch that one. That was a big one. Well, let's just have a look here. So 3 wide coming in. Looks like Hoppert just a little bit heavy into that corner on the speed. Trying to slow down. A little bit of contact there on the inside. Simboy's coming through and copping a fair bit of that damage as well. So quite a few meatballs actually coming out on track as well. You got Todd Maxfield, Gary Wellman, Got Carl Wilkinson Withy, Perry Anastakis, all with meatballs. So there's going to be a few cars that definitely sustained a lot of damage out of that crash.
Yeah, and it's already the second incident tonight for Todd Maxfield. Because if I've got my understanding of the Simboys liveries correct, I'm fairly certain he was involved in the first one. Although I might be wrong about. I think I am wrong about that actually. So
No, you're right on that one.
Okay,
You're
that's
right
what I
on that one.
yeah. So it's
that front right tire there of Gary Wellman's car's jammed up as well. I don't know if you saw that just going around the corner then. So I wonder if that could be the meatballs. All those meatballs have been cleared, so that right front is actually quite jammed there. I don't think it's even rotating, so probably just a tyre change will probably clear that meatball, I reckon.
Yeah, it just has not been a good night overall for Simboys. I think, knock on wood for their sake, I think Kay Donnelly is the only one that hasn't been involved in an incident tonight. Already 12 laps in.
Give it time. No, I won't.
Yeah, I'm knocking on all the wood around me to make sure poor Kay doesn't get hit with the cursiest of all commentators' curses here.
No, that curse is on you tonight. That's all on you now. So, Kay, you've got James to go after for that one.
It's always on me. That's why I try not to talk about half the people in the league, because I know just the slightest little compliment or thing I point out, they're gonna end up stuffed in the barrier at some point.
Alrighty, well, all those meatballs are cleared, so yeah, possibly just a tyre change, I reckon. And Adam Ariel actually has a black flag penalty, so he's still yet to serve that from the last caution. So this restart, he'll be looking to get around and duck into pit lane. Might be just a drive through, or could be a stop and go. So we'll have to have a look at that one. Hopefully he won't lose too much time, but the way things are going, we might have another caution in a couple of laps, James.
Yeah, this race has been a lot more aggressive than I was expecting. Like, obviously at the beginning I was talking about like, oh, they're just gonna be, you know, fuel saving and all that and just riding in the draft, and yeah, they're proving me wrong. Honestly, it kind of like this better for the most part, because it's a lot more exciting. Obviously, you don't want to see a bunch of cars torn up, but you do appreciate the hard, aggressive racing. It sure makes our job up in the booth a lot easier if we're able to call side by side, rewind, lap in, lap out.
Just missed a little bit of that. Sorry there, James.
It's fine. It's me talking. It's not like you're missing anything important.
Nah, just got kids' bedtime, so just getting them sorted as well in the background. But the lights are off on the pace truck, and it looks like I'm going to have to do some research again this time. So Braden Sagasa in P1 is going to be leading us off this time. So looks like he's got a little bit darker orange on that car to Chris Bleakley, so maybe I'll be able to work that one out to who's on board there. A little bit of different graphics on the side as well, so we might be able to figure those out if we remember through the race. But post truck off and green is go. So Braden taking us away, getting a nice jump there with Chris as well. Looks like he's wanting to play games already with his teammate and try and break up that draft.
And here comes the snakes.
Adam Ariel, Aaron Malone on the inside there. Let's go back a little bit. And Steve Hoppert on the outside. I think that's Scott McClintock in behind him. Then you got Ryan Barber and Craig Roffey there just in the background. There's Adam now going to serve that black flag. So Adam Errol coming down pit lane, clear that penalty. So looks like. Ooh, I just heard that in the background. We're gonna have to go and catch that. What happened there? We are caution again. So just gonna go have a look at this one. Troy Davidson getting a nice little run out of turn 3 and into the right rear of Peter Matson there. So the track is wide enough there, boys. You don't need to be on the rear bumper of everyone out of turn 3. So give each other a bit of room. Rubbin's racing, but we do have a 5 lane down there on the front straight.
Wow, this is wild. We have more cautions in this race than we have the last 2 races combined.
Well, it's got to happen somewhere, so why not one of the longer tracks? Alrighty, well, we'll let the drivers go through pit lane once again and splash and dash. And we'll go to another ad break, I think, and we'll come back in a moment.
You've got what it takes.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready for countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
Man, this is some of the greatest stuff I've ever heard. Ooh.
These go to 11.
If you love the thrill of racing but hate the risks, then buckle up. Everything Simulated is here to merge adrenaline with absolute safety. In a world where technology meets adrenaline, Everything Simulated is revolutionizing driver training with state-of-the-art simulators. From truck training to the thrill of motorsports, our simulators offer the most realistic experiences across all automotive applications. Gone are the days of endless bookwork and basic drills. Now it's all about hands-on, pulse-pounding action that prepares you for the real deal. Whether you're maneuvering a heavy mining vehicle or racing a high-speed car, our simulators, equipped with cutting-edge technology from leaders like Simrigs and Track Racer, bring every nuance of the drive to life. And talk about making a mark. We're not just building simulators, we're fostering talent. From grassroots motorsports to professional series like the Aussie Outlaw GT3, sponsored by us, everything simulated is fueling dreams and careers. Ready to feel the excitement of the racetrack under your fingertips? Connect with us, and let's build your next simulator adventure together. Remember, we support those who support us. Join the Everything Simulated family, and let's race towards the future.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Alrighty, we are back for round 8 of the Doogie Mobile and Everything Simulated V8 Supercar Oval Series. And we are live at Quasi Esports. Round 8 at Pocono. About to go green once again, led by Steve Hoppert this time. Takes us away. Kate Donnelly getting a great jump there on the outside. Coming back through though. Steve on the inside is going to get that move done. Race is on at the front here. Braden looking to make the move up the inside for turn 2.
Ooh, it's a whole lot of apron right there.
Sometimes that apron's a safe bet for turn 2, especially when you get held down there, so you don't wash up on that outside line into the wall.
Oh,
ooh, a little bit of contact there, Cade and Braden. Gives us a drag race down the straight. We're going to go 4 wide coming into turn 1. Have a look at this.
This fits.
Big send in there from Adam Malone. Hard on the brake. Nice little gains there for Ryan Barber up into 3rd, looking to make his way up into
for the lead.
He's going to get that done, but it's going to be a race again. 3 wide in turn 3.
Oh no! Oh, what a save! What a save by Ryan Barber! Oh,
well. Kate's trying to make that commentator's curse come out for you, James.
Yep, he sure is. Man, these guys do know there's 79 laps left to go in this race, right?
Well,
Oh, what a... Oh, that is some defensive driving from Braden.
well, hopefully that's 79 racing laps, James.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath on that one.
Well, not the way this battle at the front's going.
Not the way this battle at the front's going. This battle for 10th is going. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if they're 3 wide for 16th. Like,
Well, I don't know what I can really say here. Like the action's all happening on track. Big push there from Kate Donnelly on Ryan Barber. Adam Malone looking to try and make his way up, and Andy Barber to their teammate. Try and get Ryan. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, as a commentator, our job is to obviously speak and call the action and what's going on. But it's like sometimes when you get such whacked out and crazy moments like this, like you just kind of want to let the racing and all the chaos speak for itself. As Steve Hoppa got super sideways off of turn 3.
Well, he kept it going, so that's a good thing. But the action's still happening up the front here. No one wanting to run that single line. Everyone wants to lead this race. Well, I can live with 2 wide in these corners, but when we start going 3 and 4, then we're sitting on the edge of our seats there.
Yeah, they were side by side 3 rows deep, like we were having another restart.
And here comes the 3 wide to turn 1. Kate Donnelly taking a big send up in there. Going to get the job done on Ryan. He's going to carry that pace through a little bit out of the corner as well. And he's going to clear Braden as well.
Yeah.
Oh, switch back. We're defensive driving here.
Yeah, this is just wild. Whoa! I think Kay got real sideways right there trying to hook the apron in the tunnel turn.
Did let Ryan Barber up a little bit. Couldn't quite get that job around the outside. Bit of a blink there for Braden as well. He's gone. There he's
Wow.
He's come back.
That's exactly what you want to see when you're battling for the lead.
Now that is the quarterway mark of our round 8 at Pocono. Kate Donnelly's going to clear this time. No defensive driving there. Otherwise, he might wipe out Ryan.
I think they're saving that for the last 10 laps.
Got Andy Barber now up behind Ryan. Father-son duo there. And Adam Malone just on the outside. So they've all managed to link up now. Craig Roffey just on the outside there. He's going to try and use that draft from Cade in front, but probably a little bit too far away there. If we manage to keep going green like this, James, then that inside line's going to start wearing out those tyres, trying to make those dives in those corners, turn one. Not going to help him out too much. So as you see, Braden sort of maintains that pace on that outside line and can stick out there, which generally I found's the quicker way around Pocono at times. You can only pull off that dive up the inside for every so often for a few laps.
Yeah, now you're kind of starting to see the race turn into how I see a lot of races at Pocono here on iRacing tend to be. They tend to start to single file out, and you've got this huge train of cars, and it makes passing a heck of a lot more difficult because you kind of have to weigh your options and how bad you want that spot, because if you duck out a line and you don't pull off the pass, you're going to the back. You're going to get absolutely freight trained, because with that long line of cars, you're not going to have an opportunity to get back up. So you have to make that move stick if you want to move up. Otherwise, you try to make a move 5th and you suddenly find yourself in 15th if you, we're under caution again.
We are. I think Shannon Wright might have been involved in that one. Possibly Todd Maxfield once again. We will go to a replay and just have a look what brought that caution out. Too far back, maybe. Stay on board here for a moment. A little bit of door action there out of turn 1 from Troy Davidson. No harm, no foul there. I think we're coming around turn 2. When we get to turn 3, out of turn 3 was where we had the incident. That's Todd Maxfield there on the lower of the screen and into the back of Shannon right there. So a little bit too much pace in that corner. Didn't have the room there for a pass. And unfortunately, straight into the back of him. Maybe caught a little bit of damage there. Troy in the background, a big slide into Steve Hoppert. So, bit of damage there for a few guys again. Let's have a look at the back of this side. So I think we're on board there. That was Steve Hoppert there. So yeah, that's where Troy Mortensen there just got a bit of impact and just straight into Steve. So
yeah, poor Steve was an innocent bystander twice in the same incident.
Big ride there for Troy, so not much you could really do there, but hold on. So we are lap 29 at Pocono, and we are 4 cautions in.
Yeah, Kobe, our producer, pointed out the lead changes. We have almost like 16 lead changes in just 28 laps. That's a number you like to see. That's fun. That's great racing. The number under the lead changes is not quite as fun.
Well, I don't know how many laps they want to do for caution, but maybe they all just need a bit of a break tonight. A few pace laps will do. Truck's a bit harder to get that right arm action up to the mouth. Well, that's another caution, so let's go to another ad break, and we'll be back in a few moments. There's been. Alrighty, we are back and about to go green. So, round 8 of the Doogie Mobile and everything simulated OzOval V8 Supercar Series. We are live on Quasi Esports, Inside Lane Productions, bringing you the stream tonight with Kobe Jordan in on the cameras. James Watson in the booth with myself, Paul Jackson. This time round, Craig Roffey is going to be taking us away. And everyone looks like everyone went with him. Nice little jump there, so no one snoozing at the wheel. Andy Barber, onto the inside and making that move stick. Little move there to the outside. One of those things I always worry about at Pocono here, James, is missing the brake markers on this track. You only got those little flags on the side, and especially when you're running a train. It's sometimes easy to miss those brake markers.
Yeah, knock on wood, thankfully it doesn't happen to me as much through the tunnel turn, because I actually tend to use like a lot of the signage on the wall itself, like the Pocono logo as my brake marker for that, so it's a little harder to miss that. Except if I'm trying to pass someone on the inside, then it's a little harder to see. But yeah, thankfully they don't seem as small as they are on like other tracks, like New Hampshire. New Hampshire feels like a nightmare to see sometimes, and Indianapolis as well. But Pocono, I usually tend to have a little easier time finding them.
Well, it looks like Steve Hoppett's got a black flag, so I think he's in pit lane at the moment. Serving that one. We've got the snake going on at the front there with Craig Roffey and Ryan Barber. Pretty much everyone running in single file line now. Just a little bit further back, you got Tony Roffey side by side with Adam Ariel, but pretty much everyone else all single file now, so looks like maybe everyone's settling into that groove, into that rhythm.
Yeah, I was about to say, we seem to be a lot more cordial here in the initial few laps on this run than we've been earlier in this race.
Well, maybe it only took 30 odd laps of warm up to find that groove and settle into things. So hopefully the next 66 odd laps will be green flag. But as I say that, there was a little bit of a wall rub back there. Kate Donnelly on the way through on Andy Barber there, slotting into third place. And then now we've got Chris Bleakley coming through, so Chris Bleakley there in fifth, just looking to get that move done on Adam Malone, slotting up there in front of him.
Yeah, and you see Peter Matson up in the top 10. Not that far removed from getting turned on the straightaway a few laps ago. It's a heck of a recovery drive from him so far.
Yeah, mustn't have sustained much damage on that car, so looks like he's still having a good run, and he wanted to get out of that, but to say that, looks like he was just getting in there on Adam Malone, so giving him a little bit of a shoulder, and now no! There we go. Here we go again.
Well, he went and undid the repairs crew made.
Well, this is one race that everyone's going to want to forget tonight, I think. There we go. Just turning across on Adam Ariel there. So, and straight into the wall. Tony Roffey getting a bit of a helping hand into the wall there as well in the background. Looks like getting a bit of a push from behind, and yeah, straight into the wall there from Tony. So not much he could do. Todd Maxfield apparently with a possible meatball, showing a black flag on my screen there. So
yeah, he was behind Tony on that. I don't think he was able to really get a good look at what was going on ahead. Just couldn't get checked up, and that's what ended up getting Tony turned into the wall, trying to avoid all that chaos.
Well, Kobe in the air there, crew chief. So just coming out with the old incident points, which was just playing off in the back of my mind, wondering if that was starting to show its nose in there. So they'll be wanting to think about that, because what they got 17 penalty incident points, and then every 5 is another penalty. So currently sitting on 20 incident points at the moment there, and DQ is 32, so quite a high incident count there, but wouldn't want to be racking up any more. If anyone at home tuning in tonight wants a driver's front bumper, then I'm sure they can sign that for you after the race, and we can bid live on auction for that after.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing all the incident points kind of start to become a hot topic of discussion. That was a bit of a theme in the earlier race that we had, that we're all involved with in the ARCA Sparks series. A lot of guys were having to worry about their incident points and dealing with a lot of drive. But all that said, it was still a pretty clean race with, I think, only 2 cautions. 3, okay. Oh, it was 2? Oh, wow, I was actually right about something. Huh, who knew? Yeah, it actually had a long green flag run. I think it was like 100 plus laps to end the race. So, bit of an interesting synergy between the two leagues here.
Well, I can't comment because I didn't see much of, or see any of that on Saturday. So hopefully, maybe these guys should go have a look at that broadcast that was on the Arcus Sparks YouTube channel and watch how that one was done. But that was at Dover, so a little bit different to Pocono tonight in different cars. It looks like lucky dog there for Parry and Astakis. So Parry getting the wave around, and lucky dog, he'll get a lap back on the field. And he is actually 3 laps down currently, so this put him 2 laps down. Todd Maxfield 1 lap down, which will go down again with that black flag, unfortunately. So Parry will be able to make up a lap, and if these yellows keep flying, he might be back on the lead lap in no time.
Yeah, and that's another incredible repair job by the Rogue SimSport guys. Like, we saw that car sustained heavy damage in the big one in the middle of turn 3 that lasted all the way to the front stretch. So they did a fantastic job getting that thing repaired and seemingly back in contention speed-wise, hoping to get those last couple laps back to really compete.
Well, if there's any V8 supercar teams watching, maybe you need to employ Rogue SimSport's pit crew. Once again, the lights are out on the pace truck, and we'll be going green again, led off by Craig Roffey and Ryan Barber alongside. Pace truck, big old swerve. I think he even ripped a skid there, pulling a drift into pit lane. But getting sideways. Cade Donnelly giving a big push on Craig, so nice jump there from Cade as well, going with Craig. And we're just going to go 2 wide into the turn 1. Right, Barber get a nice run around the outside there to get that job done.
Yeah, Craig got really tight off of exit turn 1. Thankfully, just had enough room to slip in between the Barbers.
That was very interesting. I just heard a plane noise coming over. I don't know if there was a plane flying over Pocono or if it was over someone's house that I just picked up. But that was quite interesting there. I might even have to go back and watch that broadcast after on coming on to lap 39. Lap 40, sorry. So if there's planes flying over Pocono, that would be interesting. Maybe something iRacing has implemented.
Oh boy, another thing to tank my frame rate. My poor potato can only handle so much as it is. Wow,
you're using a lot of apron there, James.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing about the apron in the tunnel turn. Is, you know, normally you try to avoid the apron, but it actually kind of helps in certain circumstances. Like when I'm running like the next gen or even the Silver Crown, as you know, one of the 5 people that race that car on a regular basis. Sometimes hooking the apron can actually really get the car to hook through the corner. Like, I feel like I have a lot more grip going through, and I can carry a lot more speed off without really worrying about the car pushing on exit and absolutely slapping the wall. Now, obviously, it is a bit dangerous because most cars don't always like using the apron. Like, we saw Kay Donnelly hook it a little bit early in the race, and he got real sideways. But that wasn't an issue for Craig. He was basically all four on it a couple laps ago. Oh, and there's a return to 3-wide racing.
Just what we wanted to see.
I mean, hey, if it doesn't bring out a yellow, by all means, go 3-wide for the rest of the race. Lord knows that's awesome to watch.
Well, I'm just wondering if everyone's put a magnet on their front, on their rear left bumper, because everyone loves to get real close tonight on that rear left bumper.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of side drafting going on now. In the oh, we got a report of someone in the who was in the wall, Kobe. Okay, Ryan tapped the wall, but I did not. It did not look like that on my end.
Yeah, just coming out of turn 2, just went back a little bit. Out of turn 2, just coming to turn 3 maybe. Just might have given a little bit of a kiss on the outside there. But Ryan's still leading this race with a battle with Kay Donnelly for first and second. Andy Barber and Craig Roffey in behind. And you got Troy Davidson up there now in 5th. So Troy, after losing his front bumper early on in this race, is back up the front here in the top 5 as well. So some good mechanics on the pit lane tonight, it looks like.
Yeah, so many cars that had significant damage are back up at the front battling for position like nothing even happened. Like, a lot of these cars look flawless after all that.
Andy Barber just made the moves on his son, Ryan Barber, to take second. So he's now on the hunt for Cade. Don't think Andy did lead a lap when he was up there with Adam Malone. So not 100% sure on that, but he'll be wanting to get that lap led if he hasn't. Looks like Cade's just trying to get a little bit of a stretch over this field now. He's really using the track, as I mentioned earlier.
Wow.
He's already on the checkered flag there to celebrate, I think, but maybe that's a little bit too early. But he's definitely trying to break up that draft, and you can see out of turn 3, he gets a nice little gap over the field, and yeah, doesn't want to lose any of that with that draft down that start line.
Yeah, it's like we're watching a alternate version of Snakes on a Plane, Snakes on a Racetrack. I'm tired of these something snakes on this something racetrack.
It's good that it's the PG show again here on Sunday night after last week. But there you can see if you just jump up to Cade, so got a nice little gap there, and there's the not quite as much zigzags, but looks like he's got about a 2 to 3 car gap there over Andy. Just coming into turn 1. Looks like getting close to that halfway mark now, so we haven't been able to see what a tank will do around Pocono yet. We've had 5 cautions, so hopefully we'll see a green tank run and get a bit of an insight on how that fuel load will go.
Yeah, we've seen absolutely no fuel save or really focused efforts on fuel save, which is very surprising to me. Like, I'm used to Pocono races being these long single file trains and a lot of fuel saving being done in that single file line. Yeah, this is definitely not fuel saving.
About what we have now is what I'm usually used to, so you get those early cautions out the way, and then when you get to a good green flag run, you'll get, you know, a bunch of cars, have a bit of a breakaway, as we do now. So we've got an 8-car breakaway there. So Adam Ariel just hanging off in the background, but out the back of Cade Donnelly's car there. Andy Barber in behind. Craig Roffey and Ryan Barber following. A few gaps opening up through the field now. So I wonder if anyone's opted for a bit of a tyre change yet.
Yeah, the way they're racing it really doesn't seem like tire wear is much of a worry, at least this point in time. I mean, that could explain why we're finally starting to get some serious kind of single filing out right here.
Well, in saying that, you got Andy Barber looking to move on Cade Donnelly for the race lead.
Yeah, it never fails, does it?
Craig Roffey looking to go with, but that outside line's going to be hard to beat. You can see how much pace you can carry on that outside line, and Cade just drives back around. So it's definitely hard to pass on that inside line once those tyres get a bit of heat in them.
Yeah, you're able to carry so much more momentum off of the corner if you're running the outside line. So you either need a lot of grip from your own if you're going on the inside, or the car on the outside to just completely lose their own grip and really have worn tires to where you just can't defend like you would.
How much pressure can you put on the car in front so you can get that run around? Craig Roffey looking to make that move now, but he's going to get that job done on Andy Barber. Just shout out in the chat from Backyard Bird Watching for Cade Donnelly. Big fan of his. Hopefully the weather was nice today to do some backyard bird watching. Drag race down the front straight now. Craig Roffey and Cade Donnelly. So see if Craig can get that move done. Shout out for Southern Stars as well from Kizabee and Mike Gremlin and RJ as well. Thanks for tuning in, everyone at home.
Oh.
It's been quite action-packed tonight. think there was a little bit of wall there, wasn't it, James?
Yeah, one of the everything simulated cars got way up the outside of the tunnel turn and got that wall. It's hard to tell which one because there isn't a whole lot to differentiate the everything simulated cars, especially when you're looking from the front onward.
It's alright. Pick one and roll with it. throw someone under the bus, doesn't matter. No one at home will know any wiser. Yeah, the Barber household's tuning in for this race, so hopefully they'll put on a good show. Ryan's been running well. Andy's up the front there as well, so hopefully they'll have a nice strong finish for everyone watching. And also MD Sports watching as well. Robin Jackson, good evening to you. For everyone at home, drop in the chat who you think might win tonight, as we're across that halfway mark now. So put in your predictions for a 1, 2, 3 podium, and let's see what everyone's thinking out at home.
It's like, is that Hoppit back on pit road?
Yep, that was Hoppin in pit lane, so I think he might have just parked that car for the night. He's still on the lead lap, so maybe he's just getting the pit stop done. Looks like he's coming out of pit lane now, so yep, not parked up. And running that Arca Sparks paint job tonight that he painted up to promote that league that started yesterday on Saturday. So shout out to Arca Sparks. Just got that livery there on screen. Round 1 kicked off at Dover yesterday. Got the predictions rolling in, so Sarah Jesberg predicting a Roffey, Donnelly and Barber finish, 1, 2 and 3. That's Andy. We'll see if we get any other thoughts from everyone else. Good evening, Shane Roffey as well. Hopefully we'll see you back on track again. So we're going 3 wide in the background there too. Coming into turn 1. I think that might have been Parry and Stark is just dropping out of that one, not wanting to push that into that corner. Back up the front, Andy Barber, Kate Donnelly, Braden Sagasser, and
boy, that's another big bling for Braden. They don't seem to be as frequent, but when they happen, they happen, because just like the first time, he was gone for probably like a good 5-6 seconds.
Yeah, it's quite a big dropout time. Usually the guys are used to that with another driver, but that's sort of more of a blink and you miss it and he's there, but it is quite a big lengthy dropout, so if you've got a bit of a run, you've got to be cautious of that, because you don't want to be inside his car when he comes back. Andy Barber trying to get a bit of a breakaway now with Braden. 3-car train at the front. Just trying to stretch their legs over Ryan Barber, trying to hold on to that pack. A little bit of a wall rub there as well coming into turn 1. Troy Davidson, a little bit of a wash up there, I think, letting Craig Roffey through the inside. Right side of the car, getting a bit of a rub there from a few drivers. A drag race there, Scott McClintock and Peter Matson, Troy Mortensen around the outside.
Yeah, this second pack is sure having a real fun time battling amongst themselves, but as you can see, oh, and we got a couple cars pitting. Looks like Anastakis and Matson.
Well, maybe we can bring up when their last pit stops were. Just see if we can catch that for those guys. So 21 laps since last stop, so that's got to be a record here. We've still got 42 laps to go, so don't know if they'll be able to get home on 42 laps. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But we've got a 10-car group at the front here before we go back to that second pack. Led by Andy Barber and Chris Leakley just off the back of the pack. You can see that gap there to the second pack in the background. Peter Matson just coming back out on track. Joe chucking in there. You'd like to see Andy Barber, his son and grandson Ryan Barber on the podium. So keep an eye on that. Hopefully they can bring that one home for you.
Oh! That was big. A little bit of contact with Craig and I think Ryan Barber. Ryan had to make a heck of a save. Just as I was about to mention how organized this first pack is compared to the second pack, and yeah, they go and oh, and
Yeah.
Well,
Just went
commentator's
back.
curse mid-sentence.
Just went back to that one coming out of turn 3. Looked like Craig Roffey and Ryan Barber there. But we'll have a look at this replay that brought out the caution. 3 wide. You got Troy Davidson. Looks like Adam Ariel there in the middle. And just out of the corner, that left rear once again. Probably not going to take too much damage, keeping it off the wall there, but 6th caution for the night, I believe we're up to now. So while that caution's out, we'll go to an ad break and we'll come back with you in just a moment.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible, and we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month, and we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well, so come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
If you love the thrill of racing but hate the risks, then buckle up. Everything Simulated is here to merge adrenaline with absolute safety. In a world where technology meets adrenaline, Everything Simulated is revolutionizing driver training with state-of-the-art simulators. From truck training to the thrill of motorsports, our simulators offer the most realistic experiences across all automotive applications. Gone are the days of endless bookwork and basic drills. Now it's all about hands-on, pulse-pounding action that prepares you for the real deal. Whether you're maneuvering a heavy mining vehicle or racing a high-speed car, our simulators, equipped with cutting-edge technology from leaders like SimRigs and TrackRacer, bring every nuance of the drive to life. And talk about making a mark. We're not just building simulators, we're fostering talent. From grassroots motorsports to professional series like the Aussie Outlaw GT3, sponsored by us, Everything Simulated is fueling dreams and careers. Ready to feel the excitement of the racetrack under your fingertips? Connect with us, and let's build your next simulator adventure together. Remember, we support those who support us. Join the Everything Simulated family, and let's race towards the future.
Alrighty, we are back, and thank you everyone at home tuning in. Good to see that chat popping off tonight. Round 8 here at Pocono. Had a bit of a green flag run there for a little while. We got about maybe 24 laps in there, so a little green run there. Pace truck's going to be coming off now. Braden Sagas taking us to the green. Debut race for Braden. Andy Barber on the outside. Good jump there for Braden. It's going to clear. Adam Malone up into third. Craig Roffey fourth. Gary Wellman up into fifth. So we haven't seen much of Gary Wellman tonight, but he's there and he's in the wall. just bounced off that one, but he's coming up to say hello.
Oh no! And
there he goes.
Oh, he ends up in the inside wall.
And there's another bumper on the racetrack for you. So that is caution number 7, I think. I'm starting to lose count here, I think.
Oh, and there's Adam Ariel. I think we found the car where that rogue bumper belonged to. It was not a rogue car.
Yeah. Let's go back to the replay. A little bit back on this one. We'll stay here and we'll have a look at that one. Gary with that little bit of a wall impact there out of 2. Just losing a little bit of momentum. Gave Chris Bleakley the run up the inside. And then straight up into Wellman out of the corner. So not much you could do there. Looks like a little bit of an incident in the background just behind that as well. Adam Ariel driving in reverse. So I'm sure that's not the way he's supposed to be pointing. Have a look what happened here with Adam. The action there, and someone got into the back of him, and it looks like Troy Mortensen there. Well, at least it wasn't the left rear this time. It was the right rear, so that's something new.
So, what I noticed in both of those incidents is that Gary and Adam Ariel, and Troy Mortensen, they didn't really track up to the wall on exit, and so when you're the inside car, you're anticipating the car on your outside to go all the way up to the wall, and you kind of follow along with them holding your line. And when that car doesn't quite go up to the wall, you can't really anticipate that, because you can't really see on their right side if you're on the inside of them. So you're just kind of hoping for that outside car to take kind of the normal exit out of the corner. And so both times they didn't quite track up, and that's kind of what led to both cars getting turned. So to me, those are always just racing incidents, you know, stuff that just kind of happens, especially here, because the exit of the corners, especially the exit of the tunnel, it's just such a tight exit, and you're getting so close to the wall as it is. You know, I just see situations like that happen a lot.
Well, when you are that outside car and you know you've got the faster line around the track, you know, if you're not washing up to the wall as much, because you know you got the pace anyway to carry around that corner. So if you're holding that car on the inside down lower, it's going to slow them down a little bit more in hopes, and you know you're going to get that position over the guy on the inside. You're going to get that overpass on him, so then you'd think that they'd slot in behind you, but sometimes not quite clear, and yeah, they just hit that left rear bumper. So it looks like we've got Troy Davidson and Peter Matson now with black flags, so that could possibly be incident points once again coming into play. We Haven't really had much of that through the series, having to worry about incident points, but tonight's another story.
Yeah, tonight's race is it's a special race.
So Peter Matson there on screen, who's actually up in second there. So he's going to have a pit stop or drive through. Might have had an incident coming into pit lane, maybe. Incident points are only sitting at 12, so he hasn't had a penalty yet for incident points. But he will need to come into pit lane, so he's going to have to get to that inside line to make that done once we go around again. Steve Hoppert will be bringing us to green this time. Truck lights are off. Catch the big swerve, and he just left a skid on the track. Did you see that? There's a big skid mark on the track there. He's having a bit too much fun out there, that pace truck. We are green once again, lap 68 of 100. Steve Hoppert led us away. Adam Malone getting a nice run there. Up the inside. Peter Matson's going to have to make that pit stop, so he's going to have to look for that inside line soon as they make their way to turn 2. Looks like he's actually going to clear Steve Hoppert on the outside, so is Adam on the inside. Something's going to have to give here. I don't know how many laps. Probably got 2 laps, 3 laps to get into pit lane, so...
Yeah, I don't think this is going to...
Looking for that inside there. He's going to get that
he
done.
did it. Wow. Oh, no!
And he couldn't stop. Oh, no. It's all happening in pit lane there. Good avoidance there from Troy Davidson. Coming into pit lane to serve his penalty, but couldn't quite slow that car down. Big lock up and sent that spinning.
Yeah, watching him do that, I was wondering if he was going to be able to get on safely, because he had to make such a move to slide his way down to the inside line. Just had so much speed and couldn't get it loaded up in time. I was wondering if he was going to get a speeding penalty instead of what actually ended up happening, but yeah, whole time I'm watching that like, ooh, it's a lot of momentum there.
Well, when you come into pit lane, you've got to make an entrance. We're running out of time for these jokes, so I had to throw one in there. We only get a couple of hours every week, so on air.
Yeah, we've already used most of our best material here.
Peter Madsen coming out of pit lane now.
And that's such a sneaky, difficult pit lane, too, because you don't have a whole lot of time to get down to pit road speed. The pit entrance is so close to the exit of turn 3. So you're kind of having to do it all at once, you know, quickly dive off of the racing line down and aim at the pit entry, and then you've got to actually get on the binders and make sure you blow it up in time. And you tend to see incidents like that a lot, especially if you have the brake bias too far back. That's when you really see the spins entering pit road happen. That's why I always try to put my brake bias a lot more towards the front of the car when I'm coming down pit road, so that way I can avoid that. Ooh. Oh no! Oh, this is gonna be big. Oh! Wow.
And that's Craig Roffey this time. So We'll go back to the replay on that one.
Oh no.
Craig Roffey in third. Got Andy Barber behind looking for that move. Ryan Barber. Looks like a bit of net code there, I think. I couldn't quite see the front on Ryan's car. I don't think there was a bit of impact there. I think there's a bit of net code going on between those two guys.
Yeah, because there was another bit. Oh, that's a hard hit for Cade Donnelly and hard hit for Troy Mortensen too. And Adam Ariel. Yeah, that is our points leader involved. That is, dare I say, at the risk of sounding like Rick Allen, major championship implications.
Well,
and yeah, we were joking early on about the commentator's curse, Cade Donnelly, and yep, it found him. He has a meatball.
Well, I reckon that'll just be a tyre damage. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier with Wellman on the front right, looks like Cade's front left there, just dragging along with that car. So it looks like both front wheels maybe. A little bit of turn on the front right, but it's not sitting too well. That front left is just dragging.
It's fine. Think of all the cooling he'll get on the left front, and it'll be like it's not even touching the ground at all.
Well, there's sparks coming off that now, so that was a good shot there.
Yeah. Yep. So now I'm pretty certain we can say every Simboys car has found themselves in an incident as we saw someone hit the inside wall on pit road. Ay, Dios mío.
Looks like Peter Matson's got a lucky dog, so I think he's going to be back on the lead lap once again. So after that penalty stop, then he that's a very interesting pit stop there from Todd Maxfield. Bit of a lock up, maybe just shot through the pit stop and was like, well, we've cooked this one, we'll try again next lap.
Yeah, Kobe said I think he missed his pit box, and I think Kobe's right, because that's honestly the only sensible explanation for that one. I feel like this whole entire race has been nothing but, wow, haven't seen that happen often. And we still have another quarter of it to go.
That we do. Just trying to have a look here, but there he is. Looking for the 1.6 of Todd Maxfield, and I kept scanning through, seeing the 0.16 of Scott McClintock, but couldn't find Todd Maxfield there. So Perry Anastakis with another wave around as well on the pace truck. So going to grab another lap back. He's down to 2 laps now.
So
the only driver now. Looks like Todd Maxfield's opted to stay out, so probably have a little bit of damage on that front left after hitting pit wall. Maybe he was just trying to scare some of the pit crew for another team there, maybe.
Also, I kind of wonder, because Kobe just mentioned that we're starting to get close to the actual timer of the session ending. So...
Nah.
Oh, it's a predict... Oh, okay. Well, even still, we're getting close to that, so...
We got about 50 minutes of that left, but...
Oh, 50. Okay, yeah. Don't have to worry about that one.
Looking about 25 minutes of racing, so if we can go green flag, then we should get there. If we go caution, then we'll probably be pushing that that time limit almost. But I think we'll sneak that one in.
Yeah, even still though, you wonder, could that have been a little bit of a strategy call? Maybe banking on that timer ending early? Maybe? I don't know at this point.
Well, I think you'll be right. So pace truck's off. We'll have to keep an eye on Todd Maxfield, who's going to lead us away. See if he can get home. Probably won't have fresh tyres. I'd say there'll be others in the field that might have had a tyre change now. Going to be 3 wide into turn 1. The elbows are coming out there. Just have a watch on this.
Oh no! Oh!
Oh! That was a huge impact behind, so we're oh no. Oh, this race review is not going to end well tonight.
Yeah.
So you got Andy Barber there and Todd Maxfield, and then a huge impact from Cade Donnelly. So we're going to have a look at that one.
Yeah, Cade just gets yeeted into the fence. Oh.
Like a bit of turn there from Hoppert.
Oh.
And then Hoppert into... was that Maxfield?
And then I think they continued to wreck after. And then I swore...
Alright, well, we're going to go to a quick ad break and wet the whistle, get a drink, and we'll be back in a moment.
You've got what it takes.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready for countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
Man, this is some of the greatest stuff I've ever heard. Ooh.
These go to 11.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Alrighty, welcome back everyone, and we're about to go green in just a moment. Adam Malone will be taking us away with Chris Bleakley on the front row. Round 8 here at Pocono. It's been a race tonight. We're up to 8 or 9 cautions now. Who would have thought we'd have that many tonight at Pocono? I think we're probably topping the whole season of cautions in one race.
Yeah, it's been a wild one.
Well, pace truck's off, and Adam Malone taking us away once again. Chris Bleakley and Braden Sagas are there. Blink out for Adam Malone that he's back. Scott McClintock found his way up into 4th. So, been keeping out of trouble a bit tonight for Scott, and good to see him up here at the front. Braden making the move up the inside on Adam, so those fresh tyres coming into play once again on that inside, and allowing the guys to make those passes on the inside.
Yeah, I was gonna say something nice about the car in 4th place, but given how it's been going with I think I'm up to 3 commentators' curses now. I think for his safety, I'm just gonna ignore him and hopes that helps him survive.
There we go, 9 cautions, so we were close at the 8 or 9, and almost a quarter of the race under caution, so hopefully we won't get to a quarter of a race under caution. But, 3 wide down the back straight, once again, Troy Mortensen there, just tucking in front of Ryan Barber.
Yeah, that's a heck of a move by old Morty there. He got like 2-3 positions from that.
A bit of a wall kiss there coming out of turn 3. Peter Matson back up into 5th there, so it's been a night for Peter. He's had drive-throughs and penalties and black flags, bit of damage, and he's still up there in 5th.
Yeah, he got turned around multiple times, and yet here he is in the top 5 with 20 to go. And Gary Wellman too, we saw him turn to the inside wall, and here he is. Yeah, his car was not looking good, and now he's in a podium spot.
Well, coming up 19 to go, and anything can happen yet, so we'll have to watch what goes on there. A little bit of wall in the background again. So got a 5-car, 6-car breakaway there for the lead. A bit of a battle there. Ryan Barber and Craig Roffey. They're trying to get their way back to the front once again.
Yeah, I think... Oh, boy.
That 6-car pack's going to get closed up on pretty quick.
Yeah, you wonder if the damaged front end of Ryan Barber's car was... Because he was the one in front of that. Oh, we got someone coming down pit road.
Troy Davidson though, yep. It looks like incident points with a black flag, so there'll be a drive through. Back at the front of this race, Braden leading the way. Gary Wellman looking to try and get that run on that outside, but probably a little bit early for that outside to come in with the fresher tyres. But I mean, if we give that another couple of laps, and we might start to see that one come into play. But saying that, he's getting a good run around turn 3 there. Wellman sitting in a good spot there on that outside at the front. Just on board of Craig Roffey's car there at the moment, having a look what's going on in front.
Yeah, there's an awful lot going on in front of the windshield of Craig Roffey's car. Once again, 2 by 2, 3 rows deep.
Oh, Wellman's looking for that inside move now, so couldn't get that job around the outside, so he's now looking for the inside. So we'll see how that goes coming into turn 1.
Oh boy.
Chris Bleakley and Matson there having a little bit of a moment in the background. Troy Mortensen up into your top 5. Welcome to you, Troy.
Yeah, it's been a rough past few races for Troy Mortensen. Happy for him to be able to kind of turn that fortune around and having a heck of a run right now in the closing laps. Knock on wood from the commentator's curse. You see the other car coming down pit road?
I think that might have been Matson there, so it's got a black flag again.
Man.
Not what he wanted when he was sitting up there, sort of in the top 5.
Oh no! Again. Chris Bleakley. Oh no. Was Troy Mortensen involved in that?
Oh, I think he was.
And I think that's 4.
Just gonna jump back to that replay. We'll have a look at this one. And once again, I think you called this earlier there, James, that outside car, you could see it quite noticeably on that one. Just wasn't up to the wall on the exit of that turn, and you could see that car pointing down, coming off that corner.
It was almost a carbon copy to the one with him and Adam Ariel earlier in the race. Just a much bigger shunt for both cars.
Well, we had a great job, Morty from Sarah Esberg, and then that just happened. So maybe we can put the commentator's curse on the spectator's curse now. We can throw that out. Yep. So
yeah, she also mentioned Andy Barber too. So for my own sake, I'm just gonna say she's culpable.
Maybe next week we get her in the booth, eh? Get her in the booth there and jump on Kobe's mic. But we'll go to another ad break.
Wow. Look at these pit road shenanigans. You're like, I'm gonna come in. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not.
Ooh, a little bit of games there from Wellman. Look at this. Yeah. Pulling the old fakie on the pit entry. So
that is such a risk, because if you don't time it right and you stuff it into the pit barrels, you will be memed from now until the end of time. So he just barely avoided certain doom.
Well, I'm sure he wouldn't live that one down, and we wouldn't let him live it down either. Well, Wellman staying out. Adam Ariel. Nicholas Walsh. We haven't even spoke about Nicholas Walsh tonight. He's up in third now, so that's a big one there. Started out at 17th place, and Wellman out at 18th, and they're up in first and third. So good job there from Nicholas Walsh. Hopefully he can have a strong ending to this race.
Yeah, he is now the only. You know what? I'm not even gonna finish that statement. At this rate, we really should get the James Watson commentator's curse drinking game going.
Maybe that's one for the final round we can bring in.
have a special graphic made for the occasion. Because, oh boy, I've been on rare form for that tonight.
Maybe we can bring that into the instant replays. So it can be the throw it back as you knock that shot back and throw it back to the instant replay for James Watson.
Oh man. So it looks like if we get the one to go now, looks like we're gonna have 10 laps to go when we're back green.
Troy Mortensen's going to have a black flag, so he'll be banking on another caution. Incident points there for Troy, so he'll go down a lap. Todd Maxfield's currently down a lap.
Yeah, such a heartbreaker for Troy Mortensen. It was awesome run in the top 5. But hey, I mean, again, how many guys have been caught up in an incident or two and still find themselves up here? Like, look at Adam Ariel up in P2. This is crazy. As long as your car is still running and circulating on the track, looks like you're gonna have a chance for at least some sort of great result.
Well, we will find out in 12 laps who's going to be the victor tonight at Pocono. It's like a little bit of shenanigans going on at the back of the track here, but we are going to be going green in just a moment. I'll let James take you away on this one.
And the green flag is out. We're back underway, and what a interesting start for Adam Ariel. Like, Gary was already a car length ahead by the time they even hit the gas. Has it all kinds of jumbled up. Big opening gap for Gary Wellman here, but with how draft heavy this place is, I don't think you want to have that big gap here. He's already starting to get run down by the pack. They're going to have a big head of steam. And looking around, Cade Donnelly, after that hard incident, he's back on the lead lap now. It's missing the rear bumper. Look at that. You just see the taillights and that's it. Oh! There's another bit of optional repairs for the road.
Well, that's a view there, isn't it?
Oh, and let us present the new Inside Lane Productions cutaway car. We're out to rival Fox with that.
Well, I was going to say if a car could moon someone, that'd probably be it, wouldn't it?
Oh, Kobe just said I've seen more panels on a sprint car, and boy, if that isn't true. Adam Malone on wet tires. That is a choice.
That's very interesting. Doesn't look like the pace there's going to hold up. Look at them just pulling away in front of him at the moment.
Yeah, if we were having like a green-white checkered, I wouldn't hate the call. The problem is though, we went back green with 10 laps to go. 10 laps is a long time at Pocono. And with the way the tires generate heat on the straightaways in iRacing, I just don't think that's I question if that call is going to work here.
Yeah, probably too soon for that one. As you said, maybe a green-white checker run that risk, but doesn't look like that risk's going to pay off. So Braden looking for that move down the inside on Wellman. Take back that race lead. Craig Roffey back up here at the pointy end of this race.
And we're starting to... There's a big gap between a lot of these packs. We've got the main pack here, and then a small two-car breakaway, and then the rest of the field. A lot bigger spread than I think any of us were expecting here, with only 7 to go. But you wonder if that might be some of the damage on some of these race cars maybe kind of start to rear its ugly head a bit.
Possibly that, or if everyone's used their tyres and maybe someone's still got that up their sleeve. But We'll, got the last stops for pits there. So Wellman, the oldest tyres out there at the moment, and he's sitting up in second.
Yeah, and it's kind of telling that the players that are starting to arrive on the scene here are most of the ones that pitted very recently. As 3 wide again.
Well, next time round will be 5 to go. Just rolled over there. You're gonna have a bit of a battle here for the podium spots. Carl Wilkinson Withy's joining the fight in this one, up into 4th.
Yeah, that's another recovery drive. He got significant damage from that. I believe he was involved in the big one in turn 3, the second caution of the race, and he was a lap down for a good chunk of it. And here he is, battling for a podium.
It's like a little bit of a moment coming up with Carl and Wellman, possibly. Ryan Barber in the background there, just giving the wall a bit of a kiss. The video's just behind a little bit there to what's actually live. I think we're all caught up there now, so 4 to go this time. Craig Roffey leading the way.
And this has become a 7-car race. There's about a second and a half a gap from the back of Ryan Barber's car to these 3 right here.
See there, Ryan trying to hold on to that pack. You got your front 3, then you got the next 3, and then Ryan. So a little bit of a gap emerging there. Hopefully we can close up those gaps in the laps remaining. Big push there from Braden on Craig down into turn 3.
Yeah, you see Barber starting to lose the front back and falling back into this pack. Looks like once Ryan kind of made that contact with the wall and lost the momentum, lost the draft, and kind of all she wrote, because look at that damage he still has on the front. That is not good for the aero. There's probably a lot of drag on that car now.
See in the background there, looks like getting a little bit close to the wall once again there. But, Carl Withy still closed up that gap on Wellman. 3 laps coming to 2, so he'll be looking to make that move when that white flag comes out. Just sit here for the moment, bide his time, tick those laps off, and see if he can make that move when the time's right. Wellman having a little bit of a... Wellman having a little bit of a peak, but not quite able to do anything there yet.
Yeah, Craig Roffey's a bit of a sitting duck here.
Well, 100 laps at Pocono, and it's coming down to this now. So from all the action we saw throughout the evening, everyone's going to want to win this race now to make it all worthwhile. White flag's out. Craig Roffey will lead us this final lap.
It's like a bit of a moment for Wellman off of turn 1. Looks like he wiggled just a little bit.
He's really dropped off the back there. Braden going for a big send into turn 2.
Oh!
Was
Craig with the
contact.
crossover! They make contact! Oh! Braden in the wall!
Roffey managed to go through, but Wellman's going for the
Craig
inside
tries to
now.
shut the door. Oh, there's contact! Oh, and here comes Carl.
Oh, Carl's coming through.
Oh, they door bang at the line! I think it was Carl.
Carl just took the. He's not even sure. He just said he thought he won, so I think he did too.
Carl Wilkinson Withley with the move off of turn 3. What a finish. 100 laps of chaos, and boy, I say that finish was worth it. That was incredible.
Wow, there's our unofficial results on screen there. Carl Wilkinson Withy with a win. So the fans will be going wild over that one. Gary Wellman coming home in second, and Adam Ariel with a podium finish coming home in third. Craig Roffey in fourth. Nicholas Walsh, your top 5. Braden Sagas, 6th. Ryan Barber, 7th. Troy Davidson, 8th. Chris Bleakley, 9th. And Shannon Wright, your top 10.
And finishing in 11th, we got Scott McClintock. 12th, Tony Roffey. Andy Barber are finishing 13th with all that damage. Kate Donnelly, a little bit of recovery in 14th. Adam Malone in 15th. Peter Madsen 16th. 17th for poor Troy Mortensen. Todd Maxfield, who had a really adventurous race in 18th. Perry on the stockist in 19th. And Steve Hobbit rounding out tonight's finishing order.
Well, that car looking a bit average now after that race win. So, don't think that'll be doing too many burnouts now to celebrate as he tries to make that way back to pit lane to put that car on the trailer. But we'll go to a ad break and we'll get the drivers up in the booth for a post-race chat.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready for countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
Man, this is some of the greatest stuff I've ever heard. Ooh.
These go to 11.
If you love the thrill of racing but hate the risks, then buckle up. Everything Simulated is here to merge adrenaline with absolute safety. In a world where technology meets adrenaline, Everything Simulated is revolutionizing driver training with state-of-the-art simulators. From truck training to the thrill of motorsports, our simulators offer the most realistic experiences across all automotive applications. Gone are the days of endless bookwork and basic drills. Now it's all about hands-on, pulse-pounding action that prepares you for the real deal. Whether you're maneuvering a heavy mining vehicle or racing a high-speed car, our simulators, equipped with cutting-edge technology from leaders like Simrigs and Track Racer, bring every nuance of the drive to life. And talk about making a mark. We're not just building simulators, we're fostering talent. From grassroots motorsports to professional series like the Aussie Outlaw GT3, sponsored by us, Everything Simulated is fueling dreams and careers. Ready to feel the excitement of the racetrack under your fingertips? Connect with us, and let's build your next simulator adventure together. Remember, we support those who support us. Join the Everything Simulated family, and let's race towards the future.
Alrighty, well, welcome back everyone, and we are at Pocono, round 8 of the Doogie Mobile and Everything Simulated OzOval V8 Supercar Series, brought to you by Inside Lane Productions and Quasi Esports. 100 laps done at Pocono, and that was quite the race. We've got our podium spots up in the booth, and coming home in third place tonight, Adam Ariel. How are you going, Adam?
Pretty good, mate. I've just come back from COVID, so it's a good first outing.
Well, hopefully that didn't knock you about too hard and back on your feet.
Yeah, back on my feet. Got to go back to work tomorrow. How much fun is that?
I'm sure you can fake another COVID test, maybe. But, I won't say that in case someone's watching for you. But wishing you all the best in health. So, podium spot at Pocono. That's a good way to celebrate coming off COVID.
Love it. Love Pocono, mate. It's my track.
Noticed you were going backwards at one point there, or you had a few times you were going backwards there tonight.
I've seen the back plenty of times tonight, mate. I took plenty of damage, like most of the other boys as well, so it was a bit of a battle.
Yeah, we were saying that there was a lot of damaged cars, but surprisingly the pit crew were on top of that all night. They didn't look too bad from the amount of damage that some drivers had sustained.
Yeah, these cars were mental.
Good pit crew then. Yeah. But how did you feel coming into pit to Pocono tonight? You said you love the track, so how did you feel tonight coming into it?
Yeah, it's my favourite track. That's why I jumped in and had a go. I always try and place quite well here if I can avoid the damage. But yeah, I thought for a second I might have got the win there, but it just ran out of track, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, didn't. I knew it was going to be a hard-fought win for the last lap, but didn't think that we'd get a few guys a little bit further back in that pack of 6 or 7 cars they're coming through. So I thought the elbows were out, and but unfortunate getting a little bit loose there from a couple of guys, and through everyone came.
Yeah, that's like I changed tyres at lap 60, I think. So I had 40 laps on those tyres. So I was just trying to hang on all the way to the finish there.
Yeah, right. How many tyre changes did you go through tonight?
I used them all up. I was in the last set.
Used them all up. Cool.
Yep.
Well, made use of them, so they were there to use.
That's it. I had to keep jumping back up into the top 10 every time we got a yellow, so I burned them all off.
Well, that's one way. Use the advantage of the tyres, and yeah, found your way up into the podium spot, so that's all good.
Yep,
Well,
happy with that. It's a good way. Good way to come back on car.
Can't complain, and yeah, good to see you on track again. You haven't run too many in the series so far, but we'll see you next week.
Might be you next weekend for sure.
Alrighty, cool. Well, hopefully we'll see you on track for another week and maybe another podium.
Go for a three-peat.
Yep, that's it. But we'll give you a shout out to any sponsors and anyone at home.
Just the wife and kids, mate. No sponsors today. Just running under my own banner. Still got the Quantum car running, but running under my own banner these days. Privateer.
Yeah. Did see that Quantum paint, so looked good tonight. But, yeah, hopefully we might see some of those boys come back. But no, thanks, Adam. And you still doing your liveries and stuff as well, or?
I haven't got that many. I've only done 2 this year, to be honest with you. I've kind of gone off a bit. Got a lot of work on.
Yeah, right. Oh, well, that's a hobby that some of us have anyway on the side there. So
yeah,
takes its toll sometimes. Those hobbies, yeah. Thanks for joining us tonight on track, Adam, and the booth. So wish you all the best for the rest of the season. We've got 3 rounds to go, so hopefully we'll see you for those 3.
Well, thanks for having me up here. It's been great.
All right, thank you. I'll pass you over to James now for 2nd place.
All right, so Gary, you had yourself one eventful race. So take us through your strategy at the early part of the race. Seemed like you were really kind of biding your time there and waiting to strike. Did you go into the race with that plan, or what was the kind of plan of attack you were entering the race with?
Yeah, g'day, mate. Yeah, no real plan. I got wiped out pretty early and copped a fair bit of damage, so I was just trying to get that fixed for the first 2/3 of the race, I suppose. And then, yeah, I kind of didn't really expect it to be so messy and tonight. So a lot of cautions and sort of wide track in these cars. I was kind of expecting it to go green all the way, really. So yeah, bit of a mix-up of a race, that one. Yeah, a bit of carnage.
Yeah, you even found yourself turned around and facing the wrong way next to the inside wall. Take us through that incident. What happened with that?
I can't remember. I think I don't know. I got rear-ended, I think, in that one and spun. I was trying to check up and avoid the wreck, and I got tagged from behind, I think. I don't know. There's a few in that race. I was looking through the incident points, and usually it's pretty clean. I shout out to, I think it was Andy Malone. He had 0 incidents. So that's Adam Malone. Sorry. Yeah, it's pretty good effort.
Yeah, you had one heck of a comeback with all that. So, last lap, you see Craig and Braden make contact. They're sideways, Braden spinning, and suddenly you've got a run at Craig coming to the last corner. What was going through your mind? Did you have any strategy planned, or were you just kind of flying by the seat of your pants?
Yeah, a bit of that. I think those guys had fresher tyres than I did. I was a bit like Adam, I think, with pretty old tyres. I thought I'd throw them on early and hope it'd go green to the end, and that didn't happen. So I knew probably my best option was to let those 2 guys fight it out front, and maybe they might have got together, which they did. And yeah, I probably didn't get through them quite as clean as I should. I think out of turn 1 I had to get out of the gas a bit, because I run it up a bit wide, and that let Carl get a run on me. And yeah, so yeah, Carl and Adam, yeah, they were coming through too. And I saw Craig there. I don't know, there's a bit of a gap on the inside, and had a run. So, you know, last corner, you got to stick it in there, don't you? And yeah, I think we rubbed a bit, but I don't think it was dirty. So yeah, I think yeah, I'll take that anyway. And yeah, Carl just snuck through. So yeah, good on him for the win.
Alright, well, heck of a race, heck of a performance. Do you have any sponsors, plugs, and shoutouts you want to give?
Oh yeah, just Sim Boys, couple of team sponsors, Hot Toddy Heating Installs and United Electrical, and yeah, thanks for you guys for the broadcast and all the series sponsors, and yeah, congrats again on a third for Adam and Carl for the win. It's good to see him snag one.
Alright, well, thank you, Gary, and throw it over to Paul to interview our race winner.
Well, I don't think I'm qualified for this one, so we've brought in a guest into the booth, so commentator Carl Withy, and he's going to commentate and interview race winner Carl Wilkinson Withy. Carl, how are you going?
Oh, I'm a little bit in shock, boys. I do. I need to work my way up into the booth somehow. I mean, I was missing it. My seat has been taken by James. I mean, it's just terrible stuff.
Well, you could humour us and interview yourself. That would be a good one for everyone to watch. But
Carl Wilkinson with it. We know that you're a great driver. It's great to see you finally out on track, not stuck in a broadcast booth, and you've finally proven your point. You can drive. Yeah, thanks, Carl. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a brilliant driver. I just can't believe it. I knew that I was on for a podium tonight in that last run. I had some. I didn't have that fresher tyres actually. Like hearing the boys talk there, I came in for tyres. I think lap 60, like around about 65 or something around like that. So I was on fairly old tyres. Me and Shannon both made a mistake. We came into the lane because we both miscalculated our fuel. So we ended up coming in. I think it was not the last caution, but the caution before that. We both came in to top up on fuel when we didn't actually get any, and so we lost a load of track position. And then it was just a thing of just keeping it clean, keeping it out of trouble.
Well, no fuel. That's a bold move, Cotton. And yeah, well, no, that's you got the job done as you crossed the line there. You didn't even think you'd won that one, so. It was quite the finish there to see you get that job done, and it wasn't by much, but you managed to bring home the win.
Yeah, absolutely. I basically from just past the pit entry, I was looking to my right hand side, watching Gary. I wasn't looking straight. I had my view turned to the right hand side. I was just watching, going, oh god, oh god, oh god. I knew he had some aero damage because I also had a huge amount of aero damage on the car. I had no straight line speed, but I had a really good corner exit. My rear tyres were working really well, and just I thought it's on here, and all of a sudden I'd get across the line and I've won it.
Well, good job for getting that win, and everyone's behind you on that one, so it was a good race, and yeah, stayed out of trouble and come home when you needed to and got that job done.
Oh, look, it's mega. I mean, this is my third race in the V8s on the oval. I've not really done it because I've been too busy stuck up there in the commentary booth most of the time. So I was really disappointed after the first race because I had some good pace, but I just got caught a lap down, and then I sort of last weekend was fine. I was just running, just learning the car, and this week it's just. Yeah, I can't believe it. I thought maybe I was in for a third place finish. I thought maybe I'll get on the podium to win it, though. Bloody hell.
Yeah, well, it was a bit unfortunate that early black flag on the first lap of the first race you're in. But now we've seen the pace of Carl Wilkinson Withy, and everyone watch out. He'll be going for a win next week as well.
Yeah, that's it. They're going to lock me back in the commentary booth soon.
That's right. Well, you can get that one up, Ed. Now you can tell him you've had a win at Pocono.
Oh, look, the first thing I saw on my phone was Ed sending a message. Big shout out to Ed Foster. He's the one that forced me into iRacing to commentate in the early days back in, I think, 2018. So, look, big thank you to Ed and all his support for getting me into the iRacing side of things. Without him, I probably wouldn't have joined.
Well, he put you in the booth because he knew that if you were on track, then you'd have his number maybe.
Yeah, that's it. Locks me in the boot so I can race him. Look, just a big thank you as well to Valve Esports. They took me on board this season. I've never had a team before. Jamie Nankervis decided he wanted me for the oval side of things, and Shannon talked me into racing in the V8s, and well, we got ourselves a win, boys.
That's good to hear. Good pickup there as well. So good to see you driving for a team as well. And hopefully there's more wins to come.
That's it. I should probably do the sponsor shout out as well before I forget.
We'll let you do that.
A big thank you, as I said, to Valve, RSW Graphics, Everything Simulated, RKS Race Clothing, Adrenaline Events, and Home Computing up in the Gold Coast, I think it is. Look, big thank you to all those guys for supporting the team and also supporting the series as well. Big thanks to Steve as well and Copes for doing all the hard work in the background, and you boys, just getting to talk and just relax and chillax in the evening. And I'd just like to give a shout out to little Lucian as well, the 4-year-old over here. Thanks, Luce. We've done it. We've got a win.
Nice. Good dedication win there as well. Thank you, Carl. And that's our podium for tonight at Pocono. So we got there in the end, 100 laps. I think we had 10 cautions for the night. But that's us for another week. So thank you once again, everyone at home tuning in and getting in on the chat with us tonight and keeping us company. Kobe Jordan there behind the cameras, and James Watson in the booth with myself. There you go. If you want to become a sponsor, the next season's coming up. We got 3 races to go. So chuck us an email and we can work something out for you for the next season if you want to become a sponsor. If you want to have a run, jump in the league, apply for that and get amongst it as well. Well, James, we made it. We're still awake. And 10 cautions, quarter of the race. We got through Pocono. It was a feat.
Yeah, that was honestly, I want to say that was the race of the year, just from the sheer excitement levels and the absolute unpredictabilities. Like, yeah, there were a lot of incidents, but there were so many movers and shakers because of it. Like, how many cars did we see that we thought were completely out of it, losing their bumpers and leaving them God knows where on the track, and suddenly a couple laps later and they're suddenly battling for the win. Like, this race was absolutely pure chaos from start to finish, and you tend to really love and look back on those races fondly, and that finish was absolutely incredible. So all things considered, this race was great, and I had a blast calling it and watching it.
Well, we don't envy race control after tonight, but next week we move on to Auto Club Speedway. So looking forward to that. Auto Club's another favorite track for a few. From everyone here, we will catch you next week.